Hey guys, welcome to the Economic Eagle channel. Today we're going to be talking about budgeting, making our first budget. But first, hopefully you guys wanted to tune in to see what's going on with this days to monetization. So today, before I jumped on here, we were at 2 hours of videos watched, but there was an uptick in the amount of views. So right now we're sitting at 99 views, so that's really good. We're getting progress there. Still only 2 subscribers, but hey, I'm not gonna let that get me down. So we got positive performance on the views. Everything else pretty much staying the same, so it looks like the shorts are getting the views and people are swiping off of them pretty quick. So I got to figure out how to get the shorts more entertaining, or maybe to just keep going with these videos, try and give you guys more information, make it more educational for you. All right, so today, like I said, we're going to be talking about making our first budget. So how do you do this? First off, you need to understand where you are making money. So where's all your income? What kind of income do you have? Are you working a 9 to 5? Are you working a part-time job, a first shift, second shift job? All these sources of income need to be added up, summed up, and written down and put to the side. So this is all the money you make within a month, within 2 weeks, whatever. It'd probably be best to go ahead and do monthly, just because even though you get paid once a week, once every 2 weeks, your bills generally come in once a month. So let's just, for the rest of this video, we're just gonna be talking about monthly. So once we have all our income summed up, then we can go on to our expenses. Well, what are our expenses? And this is a long list of items, right? So the income was just 1 or 2, 3, few things, but your expenses, you probably got 20 or 30 and you don't even know about it. So this is everything from your rent or mortgage, your utilities, your streaming service, your car payment, your car insurance, your gas to get back and forth to work, your groceries, entertainment, eating out. I mean, all this stuff, it needs to be compiled and summed up to give you your total overall cost of your expenses. And I might have said this in a previous video, but you obviously want to make sure that your income is more than your expenses. So a lot of times we get in the trouble of going into debt, and credit cards are so easy to use and you don't even think about it. Even with your debit card, it's so easy to use and you overdraft. Well, if your bank account's negative because you overdrafted, or if you're in debt, in credit card debt, and your expenses are even with your income, well, you're setting yourself up for failure, because obviously you are barely making ends meet. You're living paycheck to paycheck, and then you still got debt on the side. You got a credit card that you got to pay for. You got overdraft that you got to pay for. It's just not a happy situation. All right, so what do we do? How are we going to make our first budget? So you got your income, you got your expenses. Usually you can use a template for the 50-30 budget, or you got the zero-sum budget, which is personally my favorite. I enjoy using the zero-sum budget, and I'll go into more detail on a different video, and I'll show you a template. But pretty much you want your income, your expenses, and your savings all to equal to 0 at the end of the month. And the benefit of this is you are supposed to know where every dollar goes. So we don't want to be finding out, we don't want to make a budget today, right? And by the end of the month, we're saying, oh, we should have $500 left over. And then the end of the month comes and you have $25 left over. Well, where did that $475 go? So the zero-sum budget, and even other budgets, as long as you know where the money is going and you pay yourself first, this will help you retain that $500 that you thought you were going to have. Don't Don't leave it in your checking account and then come up at the end of the month and say, oh, I got $500 I can spend. No, you pay yourself first. You put that money, as soon as you get it, you put it right into the bank account, your savings account or something, so that you don't end up being tempted to spend it somewhere else. So no matter what budget system you use, it's all about income and expenses. And like I said the other night, we're going to be making goals. We want smart goals. We want to make smart goals on how much money we're going to save. We want to pay ourselves first, and we want to prosper, right? So in future videos, I'll break down the 50, 30, 20 budget, and then I'll also break down the zero-sum budget. And then you also got the envelope method that we could break down too if we get some interest on that. Nobody really uses cash anymore, so the envelope method, I guess I can go ahead and talk about it here, because I probably won't do a video on it unless there's some interest. So the envelope method, ideally you say you make $2,000 a month, you take all your $2,000 and you divide it up into your envelopes. So you have an envelope for rent, you have an envelope for groceries, you have an envelope for utilities, and you divide it all out. And you would take and pay money for all these bills or expenses. So again, cash is great for making sure you stay on track, but nobody uses it anymore. We all use debit cards, credit cards. We don't even know how to balance a checkbook anymore. So it's really about making a budget, is really about knowing where your money's going. And so as I just mentioned, as you're doing these budgets, you should do it every month. So it's June now, so you make a budget for June. At the end of June, you review it. How did you do? Did you spend more on entertainment or eating out than you thought you would? Well, we need to document that. And it's fine to go over in certain areas. You don't want to go over in the overall budget, right? So again, you don't want to be more expenses than income. However, if you adjust your buckets or your eating out versus your entertainment, you move all the money around, that's fine. But you want to make sure that you're coming out green at the end of the month. So anyways, when you're going through your budget, when you're going through the month of June, you get to the end of the June, you sit there and you analyze how you did. And then you take that information that you learned and you apply it to then you apply it to July's budget. So it's an ongoing process. You're always learning, you're always trying to tweak and save as much money as you can, or find new ways of saving money on your current bills. It's always ongoing. It's always being better next month than you were this month. So one of the best ways to ensure you're getting better is, again, by setting smart goals and making sure you are tracking your expenses. So you can print out your bank statement at the end of the month. You can write it down on a notepad, piece of paper. And every time you're swiping your card, you're writing it down. You're writing down your expenses. This way you can tell, all right, well, I just spent $200 on Starbucks in the month of June. That's a little excessive. I can go to the grocery store and I can buy the coffee for $10, $5 for the whole month. Why am I spending so much at Starbucks? It's about being aware, making sure you're aware of what you're spending your money on, because anytime we go to the gas station, we're paying a convenience fee. When you're paying that convenience fee, it's gonna cost you. I mean, it's the same thing with eating out. I mean, the cost to make a burger, the cost to buy a soda at the grocery stores, it's probably 10 to 20, 25% of what it costs at the convenience stores or at the fast food place or restaurant. So know where your money's going, see where you can cut back, and you'll be able to save a lot more money by not eating out, not going to the gas station, buying stuff there. Just being smart with your money. That's what it really boils down to. Hope you got something out of this. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you thought this was useful. Comment down below if you have any questions, have a subject you want me to talk about. I'd be glad and happy to do that. Until next time, we'll see you.